Hello, everyone, and welcome back to WWE NXT. I have forgotten to get the page up. I think this is episode 4, and I think we've reached the stage where I have not watched Beyond in like my recent stint of watching it through. So now we are relatively heading towards uncharted territory. No, this is number 5. Number 5. And honestly, this show's a little bit of a weirder one. It's the weird thing with NXT, right? Where the issue with NXT is you still kind of have some of the lingering like talent from old NXT, which kind of works, but especially considering where NXT goes to, it does just feel really weird. Like a lot of the matches kind of have a bunch of the like stalwarts of previous eras of NXT or previous seasons. And it's just a weird connection because it's not cool to be the guy who's been in developmental for like 2 years. You know what I mean? It's not cool to be the guy who's still here where they should have actually gone up and done more, but they didn't. So yeah, it's July 18th, 2012. It's episode 5 of NXT, and this one's just a bit of a. It's just a bit of a strange show, really. They don't really know how to put it into better words. Have anything to say before we get into it?
No, it's great crack seeing all these younger talents like here, even some of the older ones. So yeah, let's just get into it.
As the first match is Tamina Snuka, who is a face in this, which is weird because she spent what? Maybe she spent the first year of her career as a face because obviously she is Jimmy Snuka's kid, and this was while WWE still felt comfortable addressing Snuka in general, of course. And so in turn, she's facing a heel version of Caitlyn, which I don't think I've ever seen in my life. It's very bizarre. She was always because Caitlyn was always dubbed as like her breakout NXT season. She won that season of NXT where the whole point of her is that her pro was Vicky Guerrero, and that was the kind of marketing vehicle that made her kind of breakout because she obviously didn't like Vicky Guerrero. They had her kissing on Dolph Ziggler, just all that drama. And she won that series of NXT. And equally, a very short career in terms of it. Probably spent more time in FCW than she did on the main roster of WWE. But I don't know, just a wrestler who went on to do bigger and better things. Really, she did all she could. She won she won the Divas title, and then fucked off pretty much. So fair enough, I guess. But this match is nothing. At the end of the day, it's a nothing match. To me, Snooker's never really been the best wrestler. Let's be fucking honest. And Caitlyn is just bona fide okay. The most interesting bits of it is just the fact that she wrestles more of a heelish style, but Tamina takes the win after the Samoan drop and the Superfly splash. Yeah, got nothing. You have anything about this match at all in the slightest?
It was an alright match. Again, if I've made it clear my stance on the name Snuka, multiple times over, but yeah, it's very weird because this is, yeah, as you said, just to give a brief history. This is, well, they're still mentioning it. Obviously, the case wouldn't really be opened until like 15, 16, like 2015, 2016, and then obviously he dies because he has dementia and they can't plead him guilty. But anyways, beside that, that's why it's very weird watching it. And they're like, yeah, she's the daughter of Jimmy Snuka, and then you watch like 2020, it's like, she's the daughter of a WWE Hall of Famer, and and she's very good at being that Hall of Famer's daughter. Nothing else.
I do still like how the eclipse of like Tamina's career is them giving, and I said this last time or whenever we talked about it, but the eclipse of her career is winning the women's tag team titles with Natalia.
What WrestleMania
It's
was that?
fucking,
Was that the pandemic one?
uh, I think it's one of the pandemic manias.
Fucking hell.
And
Tamina,
also,
we
wasn't
love.
it she was supposed to be with um well, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be with Nia Jax, but I think she got injured or something. So it's just fucking
I'm just imagining the fucking locker room. Imagining like the meeting with Tamina. Yeah, Tamina, we really are going to give you your WrestleMania moment in front of no one. How about that? It might have been at 37. It might have been where there was actually fans, but
Yeah,
just I'm just laughing. But yeah, no,
but
uh,
no, sorry, Karen.
I know I've pretty much said it for most of the wrestlers on this, but again, Tamina is a bit underrated in my opinion. She is the Tonga Loa of the women's division, but she actually does have a bit of a character, and the
I don't
character.
think she's that bad. I think she's a safe pair of hands,
Oh no no no
and
no! Yeah, but I mean, she's a Tonga Loa in a sense where it's not as bad, but she at least has a character to some extent. Like she's always like how can I describe it?
I
Because it's
mean, the
always
Tamina moment I'll always remember was when Charlotte said, "I'll make you look like Ellsworth," and then Tamina says, "I'll make you look like Ellsworth." Just fucking, just fully stolen the line after she said it. So fucking, but
no,
yeah,
I'll make you.
but a safe pair of hands.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. She is basically a safe pair of hands to have in the ring. She's
She's
very.
Natalia. If Natalia didn't get a main event run every year,
What do you mean?
and obviously not nearly as good.
What do you mean? Natty Neihard is just in the main event of Backlash, the women's main event of Backlash. What are you on about? Um, but yeah, it's very interesting to see like because she from memory she debuts in like 2010, 2011 with the Usos and just
Yeah,
farts around with the Usos for a little bit and then fucks off from memory. But yeah, it's just it's mental when I think about it. Of like, does she do bigger and better things? No, but she's a safe pair of hands, and that's all I need to know. Yeah, so you can continue on. Everyone should just give Tamina her flowers. Honestly, she's still
yeah,
like at the
but
time of recording this in 2026. This could date it depending when this is released. She is still apparently with the company. So
apparently,
apparently, she's not with the
and
company.
I believe.
They're just hiding her in a wardrobe. Shut up! You're not coming out. You're not coming out until
And I
WrestleMania
think
40.
with the backstage promos we get intertwined, we get a promo hyping up Big E, Langston, which honestly he does look like. I don't know if he like got bigger or got smaller, but he looks fucking huge,
It's
and
it's the
it's kind of
singlet.
crazy. But it's also funny because he's delivering a very serious, stoic promo about how like putting the chalk on his hands is a ritual and weightlifting's a ritual. Essentially saying he's a brick shit house, he's gonna fuck you up. And it's once again, it's very bizarre to see the career he had and how this initial promo is trying to set him up as this serious, dominant kind of wrestler, and then obviously his most famous is for getting pancakes out of his fucking singlet. You know what I mean? Like it's it's really kind of, I mean, multi-talented
I, I,
is Biggie.
I want to say one of the early Big E clips I remember is when he's like doing that, where he's like posing his arms and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hits AJ in the tit, like in the tit, and she knows also. Which got
yeah.
which
Fucking
like with the size of
rounds it off.
with with the size of Big E, that would have fucking hit like a train wreck. Like you'd be falling asleep and feeling that when you wake up, like. But yeah, Big E, another person I'm looking forward to see. Fucking, he should have got his flowers way too soon, but like the title, like the WWE title, I know what probably was better to give in 2021 than 2013, but I just yeah, it's weird that he only won it in 2021 for like 2 months and then lost it and then got injured in 2023. Want to say
Yeah,
2023?
it is a very tragic it once again it is a tragic story, but I mean he had a hell of a career
It did.
and he probably achieved way more than anybody really thought out, and it was nice to see him finally get his flowers when he did have his money in the bank win into being a world champion, even if his world title run is pretty garbage. But yeah, so I'm excited to see him in NXT. Obviously, he has the cool gimmick where he pins people with the 5 count, which is I still think that's fucking sick. But yeah, I'm excited to see Biggie, and I'm excited to see him in a more kind of serious mode. Next up, we have to continue the boring as fuck Jinder Mahal rise to be conquered by a certain wrestler. And then we get Percy Watson, who I fucking love. because when he was in NXT, he played a character called Showtime Percy Watson, which was basically he played excitable Eddie Murphy, and fuck me, he was really good at doing it. Like, it just had this infectious energy. The themes, low key a banger, and he was just really entertaining. And he would do the oh yeah, do that. I fucking love Percy Watson as a kid, man. He was fucking going. I even showed Piggy like a clip of his like teaser when he was doing the interview. So yeah, what do you think about Percy Watson?
Oh, I'm excited to see this young prospect. Hopefully, he does good things in his
He doesn't.
future.
I don't think he does anything in this NXT.
I,
I think this might genuinely be the last match he has.
I'm so excited to see. I'm so excited to see this young prospect. Oh, he's released. Ah, fuck. I know he's not released. I know, but it's just a joke. Like you're watching NXT. You know, NXT UK used to be safe from releases, but fucking you're watching NXT and it's like, oh, no, I can't make the joke. I already made the joke about fucking ACH. I'm not doing it again.
Okay,
But
I like. He does stick around till about May 2013.
we've a lot of parts of us to look forward to.
Not really though.
How
Although
many
you
match?
will like it, he does form a team with one of your favorite boys.
Who?
Yeah, his theme's a banger.
Corey Graves?
No,
Oh no. Titus
guess you'll have
O'Neil?
to wait and see.
Alright,
No,
fair enough. I'll wait and see.
you do love his theme. It's probably the best thing about him.
See, this doesn't narrow it down. So you know all about it. Michael McGillicuddy, David Otunga.
No.
I'm genuinely, mate. Unless you tell me that I'm gonna be so confused.
You often you found it on Spotify not too long ago. You
Oh,
just fucking
oh,
blasting it out.
Yoshi Tatsu.
Big Yoshi Tatsu and Percy Watson. What a fucking weird team.
Like,
What a
because
strange team.
like you like his theme, and I was like, that does you know how little that narrows it down, mate. You know how little that is.
Yeah, but you don't. You just had to think of the landscape of fucking NXT at this time.
But doesn't Yoshi Tattoo also get released in like 2014?
Yeah, he's gone in 2014.
Yeah, 2014 was a bad year for wrestling. But yeah, this match was all right. This match,
I like Percy Jackson's pretty good, and it just continues the steady rise of Jinder Mahal, who I don't care about and think he's fucking shit. But I understand why, because he is a big physical presence, and he holds on till he holds on with the Colossus. I don't know if that's his actual finish or just the camel clutch, but he holds on to the camel clutch for a long time. And Percy Watson has no friends, so nobody comes out to help him.
poor Percy Watson. But
Um,
I do want to say,
yeah,
right on Jinder Mahal. I, I know the response is gonna be right. But fuck me, when he got big in 2016, 2017, like when he was shredded, that was mental to me. Like seeing him here where he's a bit skinny, and then you look at fucking 2017 with fucking veins popping out of his arms.
he's still in ridiculous shape here. That's the mental bit to me. Like, fucking, he didn't need to get any bigger. He's fucking built. Like, he's in really, really good shape. So, like, when he did just double in size somehow, it's like, well, fucking what's it? Like, if that's not good enough, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
And it's not like he had the fucking like really cool physique. He had the fucking oh god, Jesus, why are you this muscly?
like the
Like
test build
fucking acne
basically.
everywhere, fucking like not even aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, the
Like
test build.
his pecs just look fucking garbage. Like it was ridiculous. He went from like I don't know. It's like it's the kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger like fucking way of bodybuilding where you're not bodybuilding to get every single muscle everywhere. You're bodybuilding to just look really fucking cool and look really good, like all the like Greek statues. But no, I don't know. Bodybuilding's weird.
Yeah, that's coming from two
Right,
fat
I'd
people.
much rather an aesthetically pleasing physique than you having muscles everywhere. But I'm
See,
not a bodybuilder. I'm not a bodybuilding judge.
see,
So
just to reel it back in. This is coming from two fat people, by the way. So yeah, but
yeah, fair enough.
but like I was like I remember seeing
Just
him
one
in
single tear,
2016.
just fucking.
I wish I could be like you, Jinder. But
I do not. Fuck that.
I remember like tuning into Raw in 2016. I was more of a SmackDown fan in 2016. And I fucking see him. Like, there's no way that's the same cunt from 3 years ago. There's no way. And then it's like, it is. And I'm like, what the fuck? What have you been eating? Do you know what it reminded me of? Do you know, like, in the first
Chicken
spot,
and rice.
chicken, chicken, rice, and broccoli, the Triple H special. But do you know, like, in the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, when the Green Goblin goes in the chamber and gets, like, the fucking
Yeah.
smoke all over him? It feels like that with Jinder Mahal, where he just fucking comes out and he's ripped. Or the first Captain America movie, where he just comes out and he's super shredded. Like,
And as I always kind of made the joke about, obviously the way to become a world champion is to just double up the size and allegedly use steroids. So
and use stilts, because obviously,
yeah, that one too.
yeah, because obviously if you use stilts, Vince won't think you're a small boy. So yeah,
But yeah. So Jinder Mahal wins. Yeah, sound. Who cares? Like Percy Watson, I want to see more of him. He doesn't last too long. Next up, we get the culmination of the just about set up feud of Leo Kruger and Richie Steamboat, and this one's interesting because this is actually Richie Steamboat getting something a bit more substantial match wise. It's not that substantial all in all. It only goes 5.5 minutes, but fundamentally, I like the clash because Leo Kruger is a I mean I think he's characterized as a narcissist in a way. You know, he believes his own shit. He's entitled. He's privileged, and that's how he acts. He mocks like Ricky Steamboat's moves and kind of mocks everything. Doesn't really take Richie seriously, and that obviously results in him kind of getting he'll get caught off guard because he's showboating too much. So he's proud and he's very like flamboyant in a way. Um, and that makes it for a pretty fun clash because Richie Steamboat, he's fairly small, he's fairly high flying, but he's very explosive, and that kind of results in some cool moves. Does a nice crossbody, does some nice like clotheslines. Like it's a very basic by the numbers wrestling match, but it does a good job at actually building up Richie Steamboat. But the kind of crux of it comes in where Leo Kruger reverses his crossbody. Leo Kruger reverses Richie Steamboat's crossbody into a pinning combination next to the ropes, and Leo Kruger uses the top rope to get extra leverage, cheating to win. I thought this match, for what it was, I think it was quite good, and I think it's a good showing, and it's a good showing of what both men can be capable of. What do you think about it?
it was an all right match. It was generally all right. Richie Steamboat is promising. He doesn't have a promising future. It's a bit bleak, but
No,
but I've generally never really seen I keep wanting to say Ricky, Ricky. I keep wanting to say Ricky, but it's Richie. Richie, like I've generally never really seen Richie Steamboat wrestle. Like I didn't even really know he existed until we started watching this, and I'm generally impressed by Richie Steamboat. I generally am. Like, it might sound sarcastic, but I really am impressed. I can see like that they did have some like, this is not. Oh God, what is
he is a
this?
really good prospect.
Fuck. Now you might not know it because. But do you remember Oh Hate, where Legacy? It was Ted DiBiase, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and they had a fourth member. But I think his name is Matu. Matu. Like, they had a fourth member.
Manu, I think it's Manu.
Manu. Yeah, Manu. Yeah. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not like,
obviously it's Afa Anawai Jr. So it's yeah, Afa's kid of the
yeah.
Head Shrinkers, World Samoans, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it's like Manu, like, because like, it's that's how it is to me. Like, because he's generally
Yeah,
doing more than Manu did in his time as a second generation
isn't
star.
hard.
Yeah, it isn't hard, but yeah. it is interesting to see him. Like,
I
and
think it's the right amount. It's the right amount because there's no world where you don't look at Richie Steamboat and you go, you can't even play it off. That's clearly Ricky Steamboat's kid, without a doubt. He does the chops, he does the crossbodies, he does the arm drags, and his finishes sling blade. I think it's well put together, in my opinion. But yeah, he is genuinely a prospect, and I'm glad that they at least tried. And equally, we do get some other prospects on this show as well, which I think is also very fucking interesting. So it's a nice blend of indie talent and like like essentially the training school kind of recruits, which it's a nice balance to me. Because if
yeah,
you can have legacy in wrestling, it is fucking important. Because it does get your name in the door. And
well,
obviously, I mean, fucking NXT, Charlotte Flair. You know what I mean? Page wrestling legacy. Like that, there are a lot of kind of wrestlers who come through, and you hope that they are gonna somewhat amount. Even like fucking Curtis Axel, still like a lot of these legacies, they do get more time than they probably should. But also, it's just if it does work, it's money.
I was, uh,
Tamina technically doesn't really count.
I was going to say because it does depend on who the second generation like who the father is, in my opinion. Because if it, I don't want to shit on Big Boom AJ, but it's like if you go, oh, you're going to be a second generation wrestler. Who's your father? Big Boom AJ. Oh, oh, okay. Like, I don't mean to be
I mean, it's
mean
like
to
how they
him.
had this sort of thing with. I think Carmella technically is a second generation wrestler, but nobody knows who the fuck her dad is.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Like because the second generation wrestlers is usually like they either outlive the legacy of their dad or mom, or live in the shadows of them, which is just true. Which is why I'm always glad that David Benoit never became a wrestler, because generally he would have not been able to, especially considering the mental ideas he had. He would have never been able to outlive his father's legacy in any way
no,
possible. Oh, it is like crazy that like second generation wrestlers are great, but it's also like depends the legacy your father leaves or mother leaves. Where can you top it or not? Like again, if Brian Danielson's kids want to wrestle, actually the greatest example is the Von Erich family. Obviously, there was Lacey Von Erich. She was just shit. She was just shit. Like she tried her best. She tried her best, honestly, but like the Von Erich family, well-renowned family. She was sadly not in that legacy category of being a well-rounded wrestler. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on second generation wrestlers. You either outlive them or you just become shit, like Ted DiBiase
yeah,
Jr. I guess, who's not
but he's
guilty.
technically he's not guilty. Let's forget that it's Mississippi and he's rich. But he's not guilty, so you can like him now. He comes from money,
I really want. I really
and whether that money is reasonably sourced and legally sourced, it's another thing entirely.
see. I posted an Instagram story adding Triple H, being like, he's not guilty anymore. Triple H, bring him in.
Mate, somehow CM Punk's gonna be really excited to main event WrestleMania, and they go, whoa, 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 triple threat legacy back. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Triple H, not Triple H, Ted DiBiase, main event Mania ever you Punk. Sorry,
Could you
obviously that's a
imagine?
lie because Roman's gonna get another main event, but
No,
yeah.
he is. It's either gonna be night one or night two. But could you fucking?
I think now Roman technically has the most
He
WrestleMania main
does,
events, which
because
is kind of
he's main
ridiculous.
evented every WrestleMania in the past 10 fucking years, excluding
Yeah,
2020, because 2020 was the only one where the pandemic happened, so he couldn't main event that one. He's main evented
yeah.
every single fucking WrestleMania for the past 10 years. And people are like, why are you sick of him? Because he's main evented 10 fucking WrestleManias. What the fuck do you mean? Technically 11. Technically 11, because he main evented both nights of 40. Because he's
And
main
only a handful of them are actually good.
like I'm gonna very quickly just list this. I know it's a side note. I know it's a side note, but 31, he main evented that. 32, 33, 33, 34.
And he main event 30 as well. So wasn't
No,
that
he
also
didn't main
Rock?
event 30.
No,
Um,
Brock I meant. Sorry.
uh, so it's 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, 38, 39, 40, 40 night 2, 41 night 1. Only ones he hasn't main evented is 29, 29, 30, and 35, and 36. Fucking hell. Jesus. Fuck me, Pink. That is, like...
Ridiculous.
Do you like your slop? Do you like your Roman Reigns slop, folks? He's main evented again.
He does wrestle the same match every time as well.
No, but it's different because the bloodline aren't involved, so it's a different match now. The bloodline don't get involved. It's different now.
But I mean, legacy to legacy, we
Yeah.
also get a promo saying that Shul Guerrero, well, not Shul Guerrero, Raquel Diaz, who is Shul Guerrero, is Eddie Guerrero's daughter, is debuting next, and her whole shtick is about basically eradicating the uglies. And the weird bit is it's kind of like a very weird, like, slight. It's kind of like Tiffany Stratton if she was like slightly alternative, is the way I'd kind of describe it. Where she's not necessarily being a rich girl, but she's kind of that like kind of privileged, entitled, kind of snotty snob kind of character, and she's going to eradicate all the uglies. And so that Raquel Diaz is going to debut against Paige. And this is a really effective squash match. This is genuinely a very cool squash match. Only goes 1 minute 43. Paige kind of comes out with a lot of aggression initially and kind of takes Raquel Diaz off the front, off the pedal essentially. But with a slight adjustment, Raquel Diaz hits a gory bomb, which fucking of course fantastic. She is a Guerrero, fantastic, fucking love it. So I think it's a very effective squash match. Probably does more for Paige than it does Raquel Diaz, but obviously one of these are poised to do big things, and unfortunately, it's the one who lost. So one of these right now is supposed to be the future of NXT. Unfortunately, it does end up going the other way. But hey, I guess it's a doesn't really. I mean, the rest is history, I guess. But yeah, I see. I remember seeing all the promos for Raquel Diaz, and I definitely was kind of like keenly excited for it. And I think the debut is quite strong. I do think we're slowly. I think the issue with early NXT is, especially like with the Caitlyn Tamina match, as I mentioned earlier, there are kind of the holdovers from older NXT, and we're not talking like the good ones. You know, like yeah, sure, like I love Caitlyn. She's an alright wrestler. She's not great. She's not really. She wasn't necessarily involved in the women's revolution, as WWE will always fucking talk about it. Neither's Tamina's technically involved as well, but she's essentially the fucking diesel of that situation. But a lot of these wrestlers aren't really poised to be the big things, and they aren't really super. They're not really trained in the kind of next like. They're not really trained. They're not really trained in the next like level as to where they're supposed to go when they actually start investing in women's wrestling properly. So it's that kind of weird thing where I think Raquel Diaz is good and she could be a diva, but time was gonna tell if she can actually perform and do decent matches and actually have any real length to them. So yeah, I like it and I think it's a really good debut. I think it does a lot for Paige as well, but I am very hesitant. I still think we're in that hangover period where they don't really know if they want to make wrestling, women's wrestling, as big as they would come to yet.
Yeah, yeah. I feel the same way, but we can swiftly move on if you want. Um, don't really have much to add because you've summed it up
Fair
perfectly.
enough. But yeah, and the final main event
Hold on,
is. Hmm?
hold on. Say it to his face, Ash. Say it to his face.
Oh yes, we get a backstage segment, which is essentially a honey trap. As you have Alex Riley, my boy. I fucking love his entrance music. It's one of my favorite of all time. Um, he finds himself in the back. I don't know. He's wearing an oversized like Adidas t-shirt, which I still don't understand. But I thought that Adidas was mostly just a fucking British thing, but no, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. And he finds Oksana,
Actually,
who
Ash, you
he
said it
asks.
wrong. If
Hmm?
an American is here, I'd be like Adidas. It's Adidas. You know, just.
Yeah, sound. But Yeah, he runs into Oksana, the Lithuanian. I don't remember what her actual name is. The $1 million baby, as she was once called, and she essentially she flirts with him, and he's like, "Oh, where's caterings? Oh, I'll show you if you want." And then the second Cesaro shows up, it's like, "Ah, he touched me." It's like, gross. He's hitting on me. He's hitting on me. Obviously, Cesaro's like, "What the fuck?"
Why the
No,
why why the fuck did you do it? Like when a child goes into like a supermarket and really wants a chocolate bar, and his
like,
mom like won't buy, it and he's like,
but that's what
she's
she does. The second Cesaro shows up, he was flirting with me.
he was
I'm obviously
touched.
happy with you, so he's just being a gross ass weirdo. Like, fuck it.
No, but it's the fact of like he's touching me, he's touching my no nos. Get him away,
Like,
Cesaro.
it's what happens.
No, no,
You
it
know.
is. It's just the way you described it is what fuckles me. Like, like,
And
like she's trying to call him a pedo. Like, he's a pedo.
but
Yeah,
and so she's like, yeah, he's harassing me, and then he's like, look, she was flirting with me, so fuck you. How about we settle this in the ring now? And then Saria says, maybe next week,
yeah, next week.
maybe next week,
Yeah, next.
and. And because Cesaro's dressed like a weird version of Indiana Jones, um, he has a purse, and obviously it's the 2010s, so it's like, ha, nice merce, which is obviously man purse, which I do have to say is a whole lot different than a boy purse. Different meanings, all in all, um, with that. But yeah,
Thankfully, I don't know what
uh,
bypass mean.
boy pussy.
Ah,
Yeah, there we go. The bussy. The bussy can't be stopped. Anyways, I don't know. I have to explain that to you. Fucking,
can't stop
that's
addicted.
your scene. That's your fucking scene.
Can't stop addicted to the pussy.
But yeah, I see. I want that match to actually be a banger, but I think that Cesaro is just going to beat the piss out of him. But I'm
Yeah,
excited for it because I get to hear his theme. As long as he isn't like Rage Riley Rage, not that period. That period sucks. But I'm excited. I fucking love Alex Riley, man. Yeah. But yeah, the main event though, and this is what I'm saying about the fucking holdovers of previous NXT. The main event is a match between fucking Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater. Mate, they've been in about 3 different factions since the original Nexus. Why are they still feuding now? Um, uh, they tried. They tried to have a compelling main event. Did it deserve the spot? No.
no,
But it happened. It happened, and that's fine. Justin Gabriel wins with a slightly botched. It's the AJ Styles move where he does the moonsault into the neck breaker,
isn't that a float
but it
over
just
DDT?
kind of, but it just it is the AJ Styles like moonsault into the neck breaker thing. But yeah, it was fine. It was okay. It was a bang average main event. Nothing particularly special. I'm interested to see if Justin Gabriel does anything on NXT. But ultimately, I don't know. It's very weird. It's weird to look at the careers of both men because Justin Gabriel is obviously the biggest prospect, but Heath Slater fucking was just a soldier. You know, he was the 2010s Brooklyn Brawler. He filled that role fucking excellently, and had some really good moments and some. You could point to like different times in his career of the cool shit he was doing, the stuff now he's doing where he's getting beat by legends every week. All the times where they'd have the big matches, like when Seth Rollins got rolled up by Heath Slater when John Mox was fucking with him. Like, there's a lot of those kind of big famous moments that he had. The 2017 SmackDown Live period where him and where he's the free agent, and that I've got kids, and then the tag team with Rhino. Like, there's a lot of. I honestly think Heath Slater is something of an unsung hero of this time period, and I think I don't know, he did a lot of cool shit in my opinion. Did a lot of really cool shit, and he had a way better career than you would have expected. And all of that to kind of remember is it's so fucking funny to think that despite everything, he was like one of the in the perfect irony, in his season of NXT, he was actually one of the wrestlers who won a lot of matches. Like he beat Kane, he took Chris Jericho to the limit, and then suddenly after that he just started losing everything. And that's why there's kind of like I don't know, just the there's a certain like level of as to the jobbers who probably didn't really get their flowers, and he's probably one of them. He's probably one of the jobbers who is kind of forgotten, but he's definitely an unsung hero. Has a lot of really prominent moments, like even the promo with fucking Brock Lesnar, where he's complaining about that he has kids. Like there's a lot of good
I
shit
don't
with
give a
Beast Slayer.
shit about your kids, as Lesnar
Yeah,
said.
exactly that moment. So yeah, there's just a lot of cool shit for me, and Social Outcast as well, banger theme. Um,
I'm
but
into
yeah,
that.
Slater Gator as well.
I
Like,
don't.
there's so much ridiculous shit that he did, but fair play, fair play.
Yeah,
Respect Heath Slater.
yeah. I believe that's where we end it. I believe. Um,
Yeah. So cheers everyone for watching this episode of NXT. I think it's episode 5, and this episode was it's probably one of the worst episodes of NXT we've watched so far. But ultimately, because it's NXT and because it's early days, they are obviously finding out different like they're finding out how they want to stack the shows and the right like balance between matches and segments. And ultimately, we are just kind of I mean, the real NXT starts when suddenly you get what Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn. Like you start to get these guys in, you get Samoa Joe in, you get Nakamura, you get these sorts of talents in, Finn Balor, you get these guys in, and then suddenly it starts to feel like the NXT that people do remember. And yeah, so now we are just kind of in that weird holdover period where we're still carrying a bunch of like former NXT talent, but it feels like a lot of them probably should be doing stuff on SmackDown and Raw, but they're not. So they come down to NXT. It's a cool little stint, and I'm looking forward to watching Cesaro again.
yeah. And
But yeah,
we'll
join us for
next
the
week.
next episode of NXT.